The Road Not Taken. This well known poem is about making choices and the choices that shape us. Robert Frost is an American poet who writes simply but insightfully about common, ordinary experiences. In this poem, The Road Not Taken, the road symbolizes our life. The poet says that the path that we don't choose in our life is the road not taken. He describes his feelings about that choice that he had left in the past. So, the path which we have chosen decides our future, our destination. The important message that the poet wants to give is that the choice that we make has an impact on our future. And if we make a wrong choice, we regret but cannot go back on it. So, we must be wise while making choices. So, let's read the poem stanza wise. So, first stanza. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. So once the poet was walking down a road, and then there was a diversion. There were two different paths, and he had to choose one out of them as a traveller. He says that traveling both the roads is impossible as a traveler. Now, here the two roads symbolize two ways to go in the life. The poet kept standing there and looked at the path very carefully as far as he could see it. Before taking the path, he wanted to know how it was. Was it suitable for him or no? He found that the first road has bent in the undergrowth, that is bush, or the small plants and greenery of the woods blocked his view. Here the undergrowth represents the unknown world. So it happens in our life also when we have choices or alternatives or options, but we have to choose only one out of them. We take time to think about the pros and cons, whether it is suitable for us or not, and only then we take a decision on what path we should choose. Let's take up second stanza. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. Now the poet kept on looking at one path for a long time to check if it is the right path for him or not. And then he decided and started walking on another path because he felt that the both paths were equally good. He says, just as fair. So he felt that both paths were equally good and started walking on one of them. He adds that maybe he felt that the path was better for him, so he chose it as it had grass on it, which means that it was unused. Not many people had walked on this path earlier. That is why this path was grassy, and wanted wear means that it was not walked over by many people. After he walked on the path for some distance, he realized that both the paths had been worn out the same way. Both the paths were similar and worn out. Even in our life, we take any path or option, but all of them have the same benefits, disadvantages, problems, challenges, and we must face them. We think that we are choosing a better option, but it is not that way. Now let's take the third stanza. The poet says, And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. So, the poet says that both the paths were similar that morning. Both had leaves on them, and no one had stepped on them as they were still green in color. He decided that that day he would take one path and keep the other path for another day. Although he knew that one way leads on to another way, he knew that he could not go back on the choice that he had made. Similarly, even in our life, once we choose an option, we must keep on moving ahead with that option, and we never get a chance to come back and take the other option that we had left earlier. Now let's take the last stanza. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Now the poet says, in years to come, he will be telling others about the choice he made, meaning that he will talk about what decision in life he took. While doing so, he will sigh, either with relief that he made the right choice or with regret that he made the wrong choice. Whether right or wrong, the choice will have had a significant impact on his life. So, this is a very strong message for all the students that you should be wise and be careful while making choices out of the options that you have in your life, because your future depends on the choice that you make today. Now let's discuss about the poetic devices used in the poem. So first device we will discuss, that is anaphora. Anaphora is the repetition of the same word or a phrase in successive lines. Here and is repeated in these three lines. Now next poetic device is metaphor. Now it is a device which compares two things or qualities which are unlike. Now here the poem as a whole is a metaphor, because the poet is metaphorically comparing the paths in the wood to the choices one must make in life. Now next device is used personification. It is used for an inanimate object or non-living things or animals or birds look or feel human. For example, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Now the path wanted wear. Wanting is a human need. So here it is personification. Next is imagery. Now imagery is the use of a figurative language to represent objects, actions and ideas in such a way that it appeals to our physical senses. Now next device is repetition. Now repetition is the repetition of words or phrases in the same line. Now here one example is ages and ages. Now try to find other examples of these poetic devices in the poem.